Hello, friends. Stacy Anfinson here with your Tarport market update. A little late this month. We're going to talk about what happened in July. Let's dig into the metrics. So here's our end of month inventory metrics. We're up 9%. The top line is total resales up 14%. National inventory is up 2% compared to July of 2025. But once again, this is a trend that we've been seeing since 2021, upward since then, but still significantly below where we were in 2007 and 2008. Here's something that's caught a lot of attention and where we don't really compare favorably to national. I'm not sure if I believe this 20% price drop thing. Redfin puts that out. NAR does not put it out. There's a bunch of people that curate that statistic, but we keep it here. So over 50% of our market has had a price drop. That's end of month inventory with at least one price drop. You can see how much that has increased since 2021. Still not the record though. 2010 was the highest, 56%, but this trend is upward. As always, I say this is a positive sign. If sellers do not drop price, then we're going to have a stuck market, and that is no good. So I view this as sellers reacting to current market conditions. Here's our months of supply, which is weird because you have an undersupplied market and you have 50% of the markets had to have a price drop. That's kind of counterintuitive from an economic standpoint, but it's our 14th consecutive June with an undersupply of housing. Here's our July pending listings dating back to 2020. We're down 6%. NAR reports that the national is down 2%, so we're worse than the national market on that. Here's our sold listings. We're down 4%. This is July of this year versus July of last year. NAR reports national sales are down 2%. So once again, we are underperforming compared to the national market. Here's our average days on market. Once again, it's gone up since 2021, but still significantly below where we were during the Great Recession, 116, 117 days in 2011 and 2012. Here's our average sales price. It's really, for resale, it's been pretty stable. From July of 24 to July of 26, 554 to 561. That's not much movement compared to where we were in 2020 to 2023. So we are pretty much flat, and national is down 3%. So we'll take that as a win for our market. Here's our principal and interest. Once again, flat. So over the past 3 Julys, it's been really right at $3,500, and it's actually calmed down about $100 a month compared to 2023. But the staggering part of this is when you compare it back to July of 2020 when it was $1,450. So that's just almost an unimaginable increase in monthly P&I. So here's our takeaways for July. Inventory continues to increase. Pending and sold listing metrics are worse than compared to the national. Our monthly principal and interest is stable over the past 4 months of July. Okay, reasons, pick your reasons. Price is always at the top of everybody's list. I'll say buyer resistance to current price trends. Here's one that kind of come across that NAR put out an international buyer report. And we're not going to get political here, but the way they measure this, there's a 14% national drop in international buyers compared second quarter of this year compared with second quarter of last year. We do have a significant amount of international buyers here. There's no way to really quantify that from this standpoint, but you would assume that a national trend applies here. Another thing, mortgage rates going up from 6.5 to 6.8. That's just a little bit of an increase, but everybody's got an excuse and everybody's got a reason as to why things are slow. And once again, this is all an environment of an undersupplied housing. So there's a lot of things that are kind of counterintuitive from an economic standpoint. So that is all I've got this month. Thank you for checking in. Once again, here are the services that I provide. I've got capacity in each of those. And here's the contact information. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to this report. And there's my contact information up there. And stay cool. We will see you next month. Thank you.